Hello guys, once again it's Matt and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the Patreons. Make sure to subscribe guys. We are trying to hit 50,000 subscribers until the end of the year, so help me out there. Let's go guys. So we have one of those videos again. It's been a while since I've done one of these, since last patch. I always do them shortly before the patch or shortly after the patch, depending on which of them are. And yes, my 3 wishes for the next patch. So my 3 things that I really wanted for the next patch. So let's see if we can actually get them. And of course I will do the sister video of these that I always do, which is 3 predictions, which it's more realistic stuff that I think will be added. And then after the patch is released or close to the patch being released, that we know what is coming or not, I can do a video just reacting to these changes and talking a little bit about it. Okay, so let's go guys. It's already too long of an initial talk. So the first one of my wishes is, yes, you're hearing this correct, the F-16C, especially for the Israelis. I think the F-16C or the Barak, I think which is called, would be a very cool addition for the Israelis. Especially, I know they just got the Python 3s, you know, it's an amazing missile and probably the best missile out there, IR guided. But to be honest guys, the BVR needs to be filled there, and I really don't think the F-15 will come right now. So an F-16C from the Block 30 or Block 40 would be very cool to see for the Israelis. Obviously, for the US it would be added as well, but I just think that the Israelis are in the need of a more advanced aircraft, the more, you know. So for example, the Nets doesn't have BVR and it's a very old aircraft, old version of the F-16, you know. The Kurnas got the Sparrows removed, so there's basically nothing with BVR unless you use the normal Kurnas, the old Kurnas, right? So having the F-16C would not only increase the performance of the Deck 3, having, you know, basically a very cool F-16 that would be more powerful if it's the Block 30 or 40, right, in engine department, but also with a better radar with the APG-68, better air-to-ground weaponry, and also the BVR, which would be very cool. And obviously preparing the nation to receive the M120s as well, right, in the far future, whenever they actually added that. Of course, as I said, the US can have it as well, a Block 30, Block 40, even a Block 50, you know. The Israelis could receive the Block 52 as well, but I mean, it would be cool to see the Block 30 or something like that first. And it would just be very cool. I really want to see a more modern F-16 in the game, especially the C variants, which are definitely a very big improvement over the older A's, and they would be very much on, as far as they can, on par with the Russian BVR right now, which is superior due to the R-27ER, right? So yeah, this is my first wish that I really want. The second one, yes, let's get out of the way, you know, let's just say it. You know what I'm about to say, you know, you know what aircraft I'm going to say here. If you follow the channel for a while, you will know what aircraft this is. And yes, obviously, the MiG-25 PD. I will always add them to the list, the MiG-25, or add it to the list. It doesn't matter if it's one or many variants, until I get it, because I love this aircraft, I really do. I think it's an amazing aircraft. It has a lot of myths behind it, and a lot of people just hate it because they want to. But it's an amazing aircraft that was developed in a very interesting time in history, and the performance of it was incredible, you know, with the speed and sheer power that the aircraft had, together with its R-40s and stuff. Of course, I'm talking about the MiG-25 PD, which would have the better radar, you know, the radar that came from the RP-23, from the MiG-23s, right? Together with the better versions of the R-40s, the R-40RDs and TDs, and also R-60Ms, also flares and chaff. You know, it would be the best variant that we can get, being the PD or PDS, it doesn't matter. The PDS is a original P from 1969 that was basically upgraded in the mid-70s to be on par with the PD, right? So yeah, it would be very cool to see this. It wouldn't be top tier, obviously, but it would have its place in the game, I think, for a certain type of player that like this type of interceptor-heavy aircraft. If you know me, I really enjoy much more lighter, nimble aircraft, such as the F-16 and the MiG-29, but the interceptor lines of the Soviet Union is my, guilty pleasure on the sense of heavy aircraft. So the MiG-25 really is something that I really, really wanted for a very long time, and I still don't understand why it's not added to the game. I don't care if it's going to be bad or not meta or whatever. It needs to be in the game. It's too iconic to not be added, right? And then the third thing, the last thing that I wanted to talk about is a little bit more complex. Of course, we just got what we actually really needed, which is the new economy. It's much better than it was before, and the roadmap is showing that they will add a lot of other stuff that will improve the game a lot. But there is one thing that I really, really wanted them to actually improve, making the game a little bit more rich, which is basically adding more objectives, different types of aircraft, and better AIs to the RB and SB in the air battles, So anti-ship, SEED, which is basically anti-radiation, anti-runway, precision striking, I don't know, I don't care. I think that we need more types of missions inside the main matchmaking of the RB and inside the matches of SB as well. These would provide we with two things. If they actually add it with the proper amount of rewards of silver lions and other stuff like that, it would be a very, very cool thing on the sense of researching stuff and getting money and stuff. It would basically be another way of making people play the game and do well with the economy and stuff, doing maybe less challenging objectives, but interesting ones at the same time, right? And the second one would be that it would be, just as I said, a much richer environment in the normal battles. Because right now, especially in RRB, I always say this, I already did some videos talking about it in the beginning of the year, but it's just that it's kind of the same, it's always the same. It's the same type of battle, doesn't matter the map or everything. And yes, the bigger maps improved that a little bit with the last patch before the La Royale, but it's not quite there yet. I think we need more types of missions with better AIs so that we can actually have different types of gameplays, I always talk about, for example, Falcon BMS or even DCS if you want to, right? They always have these other objectives and not only killing aircraft, or even killing aircraft, but different types of aircraft, right? And if you add properly good AI with different types of missions and stuff, for example, you can have a radio that you can actually do an AWACS, for example. And if you shoot down the AWACS aircraft, you get a reward and the enemy team loses the ability to actually know where you are asking on the radio. Some small things like this, it's not that difficult to do this type of thing, right? Precision striking, put a lot of AA systems behind, very OP AA systems, and you need to do a precision striking in a VIP target or something like that, in a city, or I don't know, maybe destroying a runway that it's protected by AA, doing the actual destruction of the AA systems. There is so many ideas that can be used and done that we can only actually do right now with custom matches. So it's kind of sad, right? And there is so much possibility in this game that I think it's not enough right now with the potential that it has. But anyway, these are my 3 wishes that I hope in the next patch we will see it. Remember, the next patch will probably come around September, around that era, of the month, start of September, middle of September, something like that. So yeah, let's hope and see, and make sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments what do you think about my 3 wishes and what are your 3 wishes for War Thunder in the next patch. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe and bye. See ya.